Marhaban, ahlan wa sahlan bikum. Today's lesson will be a continuation of our previous lesson when we are learning how to conjugate doubled root letter verb. Previous lesson we have covered the third person in both masculine and feminine past tense. Today we're going to be learning how to conjugate the double root letter in the second person and the first person. Second person is people that you are addressing directly. You are speaking to them directly. That's the second person. And the first person is the speaker, whether one person or two or more. Let's start with the second person past tense. Adatta. The general rule is when you are conjugating a verb and in the second person, the third root letter carries sukun across the board. Like here, sukun, 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 sukun. That's the first thing. The second rule is after you have put sukun on the third root letter, you add suffixes for male, ta ending, and tuma for duo, and tum for plural. Ta, tuma, tum ending. Ta, tuma, tum. Ta, tuma, tum. It's like a tomato. Ta, tuma, tum. That's easy to remember. Just put sukun on the third root letter and then add for singular, ta, duo, tuma, plural, tum. For female or feminine, you add the same sukun, the third root letter, and then you add your suffixes, t for singular, and tuma for duo, just as you did in the men as well, and tunna. So it's t, tuma, tunna ending like a tuna. So the men or the masculine one end is like a tomato. Ta, tuma, tum, and the feminine is like a tuna. So ti, tuma, tunna. So adatta, you male singular counted. Adattuma, you two male counted. Adattum, you three or more masculine counted. Just as we did in normal or very basic verb conjugation. Darasta, darastuma, darastum. You studied, you two studied, you lot studied. Feminine, adatti, adattuma, adattunna. You counted, you two counted. Feminine, you lot counted. Just as we did in darasti, you studied, single, female. Darastuma, you two, female, studied. Darastunna, you lot, three or more, female, studied. Now, just as we did in the second root, the first root also, the third root letter carries sukun. So, adad, daras, and then you had two for singular, and there is no gender. A male and a female will say the same thing. Adattu, I counted. A female will say adattu, I counted. Darastu, I studied. Darastu, I studied. The first person, no gender. So it's gender neutral. Adadna, we counted. Darasna, we. We in Arabic also is either two of us or million of us. It's the same. So the first person has only two types. Singular and plural, which means duo and more. Together the same. Adattu, I. Darastu, I studied. Adadna, we. So that's the past tense for you. In both the combined or doubled root letter verb as well as the basic verb as well. So we did second root in both masculine, feminine, and first person. The second person, first person. Now, let's deal with the present tense. The present tense, ta'uddu, so you are speaking to a single male. Ta'uddu, you count or you are counting. Just as we say tedrusu, you study or you are studying. The ending is dhamma. And we start in all second person in the present tense, all start with ta. The prefixes is ta. Ta, 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 ta. So, ta, 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 ta. That's second person present tense starting point. So, ta'uddu, you male singular, counts or counting. Tadrusu, you male singular, studying or studying. Ta'uddani, you two masculine, counting. Tadrusani, you two masculine, studying. Ta'udduna, you lot, three or more masculine, counting. And tadrusuna, you are studying as well. So, ta, 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 starting point. Ta'uddu, ta'uddani, ta'udduna. Tadrusu, tadrusani, tadrusuna. Let's look at the feminine. The feminine, you may remember when you are doing the normal conjugation, the ending will be ina when you are speaking to a singular feminine. In Arabic, you will end your present tense in ina ending. Tektubina, tadrisina, ta'kulina, tashrabina, and so on. So, ta'uddina, instead of ta'uddu, become ta'uddina. You are counting, speaking to a single female. Tadrisina, you are studying. Ta'uddani, ani ending is the same, just as we apply that in the masculine version. Ta'uddani, tadrusani, you two feminine, studying. And ta'dudna, we split the root letter here because the third root letter needs to have sukun when you are dealing with the plural feminine. Remember, we did that in the past tense as well. So there are two situations where you need to, in terms of the present tense, you separate the combined letter in the feminine plural. Ta'dudna, just as we say tadrusna. In the past tense, of course, in all the second person and the first person, you need to separate the combined letters because you have to have sukun on the third root letter, and that is why, as explained before. So, tadrusina, ta'uddina, tadrusina, tadrusani, ta'uddani, ta'adudna, tadrusna. As for the present tense, first person, a'uddu, I say adrusu. So a'uddu, adrusu. Na'uddu, we. So adrusu, you start with the a. I am doing something, or I do something. You start with the a. A'uddu, adrusu. Na'uddu, we. We are counting. Na'uddu, either we, two of us, or three or more of us. Just as we say nadrusu, either two of us or millions of us. Nadrusu. That is the complete picture for you now in the both past tense second person and past tense first person, present tense second person, also the first person present tense as well for the first person. Now the only thing left now is to do the imperative. Let's compare the imperative of the doubled root letter with that of the basic verb as well to conclude the whole picture. Let's do that now. Now let's conclude our analysis of the how to conjugate the doubled root letter verb. Udud, that means count. Imperative meaning to give order, to ask people to do something, command. Udud, count. You can also say udda as well. In the normal or basic verb, you say udrus, ijlis. We say u here because the second root letter in the present tense has dhamma. Adda ya'uddu, udud. Darasa yadrusu, udrus. That has been explained very well, hopefully, in Book 3. Uda, again, the noun is gone. From ta'udani becomes uda. Just as we say, tadrusani becomes udrusa. Study. You are commanding two people to do something. Uda, udrusa. Udu is coming from ta'uduna. The noun is being removed, just as we did in udrusu, coming from the tadrusuna. You are studying, become udrusu, study. So udud or udda, udrus, udda, udrusa, udu, udrusu. Commanding or imperative or feminine singular, uddi, that's coming from ta'uddina. When you have noun and you have lengthening letter before it, you remove that noun. That's why we remove noun in ta'uddani. Becomes udda. Here ta'uddina becomes uddi. Count. Udda is the same. Udrusi. Study. You are commanding is singular feminine. Udrusa. That is command directed towards two people, and happen to be the same in both singular and in both masculine and feminine. Ududna. Here we separate the dal because the third root needs to have sukun. So ududna. And we retain this noun because it's not carrying any lengthening letter before it. Unlike tadrusani, tadrusuna, tadrusina, we remove those nouns. But here it's coming from ta'dudna. So we retain the noun, we say ududna. Ududna, just as we say udrusna, coming from tadrusna. So udrusna, the noun stays. So this is a complete picture now. You have the imperative in both masculine and feminine, singular, dual and plural. Right, I think you deserve a cup of tea and study this very carefully for me. It is all explained for you on page 8. You see the table for past tense, present tense, and the imperative. That's what your page 8, doubled root letter verbs. الفعل الصحيح أو الفعل الصحيح المضاعف. This has been explained to you, and this is your first table, which is the past tense. The second table, that is your present tense, and then the third one is the explanation of the imperative. Hopefully next lesson I'll try and see whether we can use some of these doubled root letter verbs in sentences so that you can see how they put into use within sentences, inshallah, God willing. So don't forget to study and learn your vocabulary for me, please. You are making progress. Don't opt out. If you are feeling a little bit tired, find somebody that you can study together. Come on, and encourage each other. You'll get there, inshallah. Well done, and we see you next lesson, inshallah. Alright then, مع السلامة إلى اللقاء في أمان الله.